Let's do this.
Okay, that was kind of funny, but we all know that screen printing white ink can be one of the hardest and most frustrating parts of screen printing, especially when you're first starting out. So here's some easy things that you can do to make screen printing white a whole lot better. First, always stir your ink before you actually print it. It modularizes it and makes it much easier to pass through the screen. Choosing the right mesh is important when printing a good white. Choosing a lower mesh when you're learning is going to make it easier. 110, 125, and 156 are the most popular. Also, coating the screen with a nice coat of emulsion to build up a stencil, so as you print, it lays down a little bit more ink, definitely helps. Proper off contact is probably one of the most important things. Make sure you're using a newer screen that has some good tension and proper off contact that allows the ink to release from the garment. When in doubt, make sure your mesh can bounce. Heating up the platens before you start printing helps production go faster and more consistently. Make sure you have an adequate amount of spray tack. When you're ready to print, first flood the mesh to load the stencil. You don't want to press too hard, like that is great. And then when you're printing, make sure you have a proper angle. Don't smash the ink into the shirt with too low of an angle, and don't try to skim over it with too high of an angle. A medium angle works good with a firm amount of pressure. Make sure that your screen off contact is also good. That allows the shirt to release and the screen to bounce up after printing. With one pass, we're able to lay down a smooth underbase, do a quick flash, and then do a nice overprint to make it nice and bright. Make sure not to overflash your ink too. If you flash it for too long, the overprint won't properly stick to the underbase. Just enough so your ink's slightly tacky and doesn't come off on your finger. Your second print is like spreading peanut butter on bread. Lower angle and allow that ink to pass through the screen and the screen to release, leaving a nice, smooth, bright white layer of ink on the shirt. Not too hard, not too much force on the screen, and really, screen printing white ink doesn't have to be that difficult if you follow the right steps.